Okay, so I've been asked a couple times about my process of doing the fiber that I get. I'm so blessed to have a wonderful friend, Brandy Burns Mello in Redding, California. She's got a pack-a-farm, and she provides me the most wonderful fleeces. I don't have, like a drum carder and a picker thing. I used to, but I find that I actually enjoy the process so much that I don't mind that, because I like being able to sit in the open air, and I like to comb and card my fleece in the open air, because the breeze will kind of take some of that dust away and some of the lighter chaff away. So, and I do what they call spinning in the grease, which I don't go and wash my fiber unless it's really, 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 really dirty before I spin it, because I find that the way I comb and card takes a lot of that dust out of there. And then after I get it spun, I go ahead and wash it and set my twist. So the first thing I do, I have this wonderful fleece. Quite beautiful, and I get it right out of the bag, and I have my standard combs, and I just take some of this and put it in my comb, and I just kind of go back and forth with it, and it kind of straightens all those fibers out. And as you're pulling that through, a lot of that chaff will come out, a lot of the dust comes out. You can see it kind of flying in the wind, especially if the sun's shining. And then you get this nice fluffy fluffy bundle to work with. And so I usually get a nice big bucket of it. You can see I've got my blue bucket. And then when I get ready to card it, I've got my carders. I actually got these at the Goodwill for $3.99. I was so lucky. I'm not sure if they're exactly the right ones for what I'm doing, but it seems to work for me. So I'm going with it. For $3.99, I'll go with it. Okay, so I'll take a carder, one of them, and I'll load it. And I will hold it in my hand like this, vertically. So I go ahead and load it, just kind of lightly pulling that across the teeth there till I get it kind of loaded. And then I take my other carder in my other hand, which I'm holding in the opposite way, and then I just start at the beginning and start pulling those fibers, and you can see how they're starting to straighten out already. And this is really beautiful fiber. It's so soft. And then I'll do it maybe one more time. I don't want to, get to the point where I'm stressing my fiber. So you can see now how I've got this beautiful flicker card of fiber. And now I'm going to use something called a Diz. A D-I-Z, a Diz. And I never realized that they existed until just recently, and now I'm all about using my Diz. And so a lot of people get like fancy, pretty porcelain ones. I find that my knitting gauge works just fine. Just fine. And so what I do is I'll start at, I'm right-handed, so I don't know if that makes a difference, but I'll start at the right corner, and I'll kind of start twisting there, and then I'll put it between my knees, put it in one of the holes, and then you just kind of gently start pulling. Gently start pulling off of it, and you'll see how those fibers kind of start straightening out. And you just pull across the whole card, and you come out with this beautiful pencil roving. and then I'll just, I generally do a whole mess of these at once. So then I can just sit and enjoy my spinning. So anyway, that is how I do that. Once I get my yarn spun and plied, I wash it and dry it, and then put it on my ball winder and wind it up, and I've got this wonderful collection of hand spun homemade yarn that is just delightful to knit, crochet, weave with. So thanks, and I hope this answered a lot of questions. Talk to you soon.